Hello and welcome to this video. If you are reaching this video, this is most likely for you. You were guided here by your guides, ancestors, or even your higher self. Hello, my name is Michelle. I've been doing tarot and oracle card readings for about 10 years now, and I am looking forward to seeing what message we have for you today. So if you stick around, please don't forget to like, vibe, and subscribe if you do like it here. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's get started. Alright, let's see what message is for this collective. The biggest thing I'm going to say right now is if you are reading this, you need to know that you're on the right path. On the right path. It just feels frigid. It just feels stagnant. You feel like you're being forced to wait. But you have so many plans. There's so many plans coming in that you have for the year. You have so much planned, but it's like being on a road and driving, and you gotta hurry up and wait because the light turns red. Right now you're at a stoplight, and it feels kind of infuriating because I feel like you're like, Spirit's actually showing me like you revving the engine, like you're ready to race somebody, and you're just like, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, and there's this like drawback of, nope, you can't go right now. This is not a green light situation. This is a red light. And so as you're sitting at this red light, you're just like staring and you're looking around and you're trying to be like more vigilant. Why are they at a red light currently? Why are they at a red light? Ooh, that one flipped like that. Okay, why are they at a red light? Five of Pentacles. You're at a red light because you feel like you're falling behind, but you're not. It feels like, with the Five of Pentacles being the energy of why you're at this red light presently, it feels like you're at this red light presently because you are sitting down with the fact that you feel like you're far behind. And they want you to know that you're not. You're right where you need to be. You're right at that red light. See, she's sitting down and she's looking down, or she's looking around, right? If this was to move, her head would probably eventually look up and look around and see that there's a key right next to the door. The key is right there. She can go through at any time, just not right now. And I wonder if you're at that red light because you're supposed to come back and receive. You're supposed to come back and receive yourself. What's that mean, Michelle? What's it mean to receive yourself? Well, how can I explain receiving yourself? Receiving yourself, well, what if this is a past version of yourself that's also at a red light? And kind of needs your guidance, right? Think of a version of yourself that would need you right now. While you're at this stoplight, what version of yourself can you go and receive right now and be there for, or let her know that you're grateful for her? Because at some level, the Five of Pentacles shows me a form of abandonment. And so as I'm listening to Spirit and what Spirit has to say about this Five of Pentacles, I was like, how does that abandonment bit fit? Is like, you're at this stoplight. It's time to receive yourself. You're at a stoplight because you haven't received yourself. Because you have to bring her with you. you have to bring yourself with you, right? You can't just be fragmented. You have to allow yourself to be whole. What is challenging this collective? What is challenging this collective besides having to go and receive themselves? Because you're at a point where you need to be open to receiving yourself. Receiving yourself. Okay, so what's the challenge or potential for this collective? 3, 2. Queen of Swords. Being that sovereign being that you needed. Because the way I'm looking at this is, look, this looks like an older, wiser version of who's sitting here, at least in my opinion and how I'm perceiving this. So it's not necessarily a challenge for you to be that sovereign woman, that being that can step forward and be there for yourself. You can stand up and be there for yourself. You have the power now. You have more power than you did before. This version of you that you're need, and this it could go both ways. So mind you, I'm gonna bring up both ways this can work. Okay, this could be either A, you abandoned a past version of yourself and you need to be open to receiving that past version of yourself, or being able to be there for that past version of yourself, or the other way around. Your future self is trying to be there for you and you need to be open to receive the wisdom from that version of yourself. So if you're presently the version of yourself that's like at that stoplight and crying and being like, I need that sovereign being, I need that person to be there for me, be that person now. Work on being that person now. You have the potential of really seeing the wisdom within yourself. Cut out the things that aren't making you happy. If something's not making you happy, and this is not just like being fickle. This is not about being fickle or picky, but if it doesn't light you up or make you feel whole, then let it go. Cut it off. You don't owe anyone or anything an explanation to why you let it go. You just owe it to yourself to be that inspiration, or that mother. Be that inspiration or mother to yourself. Okay. What does this collective need to focus on? What does this collective need to focus on? Need to focus on internal happiness. What does your internal happiness look like? Because happiness cannot be given to you by other people. They can have their own happiness and you share that happiness and that experience, right? Like a person can't make you feel anything unless you already feel it within yourself. So if you were to say, my partner makes me feel happy, then something within yourself is happy. Not necessarily just about that connection, but there's some part of you that's happy with how life is at the current moment. So no one can make you feel anything unless you already inherently feel it. What do they need to focus on? I wanted to pull the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is literally opportunities. There's opportunities here. A lot of different opportunities. A lot of smoke and mirrors. So when I say the smoke and mirrors, it's interesting because that implies that there's a level of illusionment and having to like make that common decision. It's almost like being told, pick your poison, right? Pick your poison, or pick your, pick your poison. And so with that, I feel like focusing in on what does need to be cut out of your life. What, who, what, when, and like who, what, when, and why do these things need to be cut out of your life? Like, what is going on in your life that what's going on in your life that you're in denial about? Because it's interesting. They're talking about this, right? And see how all the cups are face down. You can see a little bit of what's in them, some of them. And so I'm wondering what you're in denial about. What are you in denial about? Are you in denial about your own personal potential? Are you listening to those voices in your head that tell you that you can't? Well, focus on filtering those out. Filter those out by asking yourself inherently. Like, inherent. Why do I keep saying inherently? I'm going to look that up in a few minutes. Sorry for pointing. I'm not meaning to be rude or anything. But I'm wondering why I'm using the word inherently. I'm using it a lot in this conversation. While you're on here, I'm going to actually... inherently. Like, inherently. I want to look that up for you guys, because there's a reason why I'm saying it. Inherently. I wish I knew where I was going with it, but like, you have to be in that mindset. I have to know what inherently means before I continue. Okay. In a permanent, essential, or characteristic way. So it's an adverb. In a permanent, essential, or characteristic way. That actually makes sense. So inherently, you gotta inherently make a decision for yourself as to what is right. What is right for you in the way you pull yourself forward. I'm glad I looked up inherently, because that's crazy. I was not expecting that. All right, let's go ahead and see what your past has looked like. What brought you to where you're at present moment? Taking care of others. I feel like it's taking care of others, taking care of family, taking care of relationships in general. And having to be that, I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of caregivers or mothers or nurses. That's what I feel like. I'm talking to a bunch of people that are kind of in that kind of caregiving situations. But you have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So there's kind of a dreamy situation. It feels like there's dreamy situations going on here. The Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles are both talking about decisions. Regardless, it's talking about some form of decision. This person's deciding on whether she wants to do one thing or another. This person's like, should I stay or should I go? It feels like. And this may not, who knows? Who knows that this situation, like, should I self-sacrifice? It feels like, should I self-sacrifice for the ones that I love? And in the present, that's why you may feel like you're abandoned. Because you did self-sacrifice, or you did choose to be there for others, which is not a bad thing. Your strength is Your strength is seeing the tower when it's crumbling down. Wow. Because this is about strength, but the tower is talking about chaos and transformation. It's breaking that tree down. That squirrel's going to have to find a new home, if you get what I'm saying. Bless me. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that squirrel is going to have to find a new home, if you get where I'm going. And so I feel like your strength being a tower card is representative of also understanding personal chaos. You may have an understanding of how life goes. This is my circle of life. This is what I always go through, so I'm used to it. And your strength is identifying. It's literally identifying when the tower is on fire. It's like, I know that tower is on fire. I can smell that burning from a mile away. So you try to play save a hoe a little bit, and sometimes that leads to being burned. Sometimes that leads to being burned. Comes out in like this unhelpful way. Like someone's feeling like, why'd you waste your time? Like, why'd you do that? Like, why'd you even bother? And it's nothing to do with how you helped. It's just like, I guess some people just don't want help. So I feel like that's where that energy is coming from. It's like, why'd you do that? All right, where is this collective headed? I want to see you guys headed in a good direction. I feel like being able to identify your own stuff, your own baggage, and being able to release any baggage that's not your own, because I feel like you're used to carrying other people's baggage, is going to help you in the long run. Knight of Swords running off. Like, there's no baggage on this boy. Look at that. He's got a crossbow and he's running to this motorcycle. And he don't got no backpack on. He don't need anything. As long as he got his bow, he got something to hunt with. He can eat. He's got his ride. He can go somewhere. He knows where he's going. He has his map set out for him. Like I said at the beginning of this, I think I said something about you guys have like a plan for the year. And this is a big thing, is like this Knight of Swords is like, peace out. He knows when it's time to be like, I'm gone. Get gone. No more self-abandoning. No more self-abandoning. What is the suggested step forward toward this near future? What is the suggested step forward toward this near future? Near future. Excuse me. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, I keep getting yelled at, is knowing that your work here is done. It's something about knowing, like literally looking around and knowing when your work is done. I feel like sometimes we're in denial. Maybe that's what you're in denial about. You're in denial about the fact that your work here is done. Like, this is the bookend. This is the end of the chapter. We're done. This is done. The Ten of Pentacles. You did your save-o. You did your save-o. You did your thing. You submitted payment to the donation. You did the donation to charity. You did whatever it was that it took for you to be like that person, like kind person, or being like, you got that gratification. You got that gratification. Now it's time for you to take that step forward and see that your job here is done. Like, it's okay to be content. It's okay to see things for what they are and what you are done with. And being honest with yourself. What you need to know is a new beginning is on the horizon. You got the Death card, which is talking about rebirth. It's also talking about transformation. Like, transformation. I know I said transformation for the Tower card, but seriously, like, the Death card is transformation at its fullest. And look, it's a whole new world in comparison to where you began. You began indoors, right? The lady was indoors on the floor, crying, didn't go through the gate, didn't go through the door because she didn't look at the key. She didn't see that the key was there. Well, what you need to know is eventually you'll realize you're the freaking key. You're the key. You are the key to your happiness. Say that louder. You are the key to your happiness. Are you willing to be happy? Are you willing to make the changes for yourself to create that happiness if you're not there already? What is this collective's hopes and fears around this reading? Oh, light of my computer. Alright. What is their hopes and fears around this reading? I feel like you hope that you can take a leap. It feels like you're hoping for a leap of faith, a change. But you fear all the baggage that you still haven't released yet. There's a fear around the baggage because you feel like the baggage is yours. Again, here's what I'm going to ask you. Is when you realize, when you take this into consideration, take this into consideration. When things come up, ask yourself if they're true. Ask yourself where they come from. Ask yourself who it is. Is it you? Is it your grandmother? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Like, when you have this, like, this Pentacles is talking about physical matter, but the physical matter is mind-blowing. Physical matter is mind-blowing because it is manifested destiny. And so, manifested destiny, that came out of nowhere, but manifested destiny. But here we go. Consider that. Take a moment. Consider the baggage. It feels like literal baggage that you are carrying. Is this mine? Is this going to serve me? I feel like you hope that you can make a change, but you're still holding on to things, limiting beliefs, or things that you think are helping you, which aren't. They're just holding you back. And it could be people, places, circumstances. It could be a mindset shift that needs to happen. But I feel like you fear the unknown of what's inside that bag. What's inside that bag that you've been holding for years? I feel like this bag is something that you've been holding for years and you just don't want to look at it. What is the outcome? What is the outcome? Hard truth, man. Ace of Wands. That's interesting. I like the Ace of Wands for this, for what Spirit's showing me here. Is look at the woman and tell me that's not the same woman. That's the same woman. I feel like that's the same exact woman. And what happens is she gets lit up. Ace of Wands is the beginning of the end of the beginning of the end. Because something has to end in order for something to begin sometimes, depending. And so I think it's interesting she's wearing this headdress, and anytime, I'm not even focused, it's funny, as I mentioned the bag, but I was focused on the mind. I was focused on what's in here. What is she in denial about? What is she hiding within that? What she's hiding within that is that light within herself. The light within herself to push forward and make the moves that you've wanted to. Because all the stuff that you negated in the past, all the stuff that you denied in the past, like maybe there was something that you had a big dream about and you wanted to fulfill, but something came up where you felt like you had to take responsibility when you didn't. You didn't necessarily have to take responsibility. I feel like you're the type of person, you didn't necessarily need to take responsibility for whoever you're caregiving, but you did it because you love them. And that's honorable in itself. But in some situations, you may want to consider making your dreams a reality, making your happiness come first. Because at the end of the day, whoever you're caregiving for is always going to want you to be happy. Just a fruit for thought. If this resonated with you, please don't forget to vibe down in the comments. I would love to conversate with you guys in the comments. And don't forget to like, vibe, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next video.